Speaking of gaslighting, ooh, you ready for transition?
Yeah,
You ready?
I wonder where this is going to go.
Ooh, have you seen the whole nepo baby controversy thing people are talking about on the internet?
Nepo, baby?
Like nepotism?
No.
You haven't seen it?
I'm not on the same internet as you. You're on the other stuff.
But I don't know. I think I've seen it everywhere. Or I haven't seen it everywhere, but I've only seen it. I've saw it on my, like on Twitter, there's the stuff you're following in the For Me tab.
Yeah.
I saw it on the For Me thing where I saw like some people talking about it. But basically, I think it's like a thing from TikTok
Maybe if
where people started like going down the history of a lot of people that are younger within the film industry currently,
yeah.
and how basically all of them are connected to someone whose parents were either famous actors or whatever, or their parents are on the business side of things.
Mm.
So basically, like a lot of the younger people in Hollywood are kind of there because their family was there.
Makes sense.
I mean, it does, but
Is that an issue?
I think to an extent it is because here's the thing is it's like if the people making stories all come from the same backgrounds, you kind of only get a limited type of storytelling, if that makes sense. And also you'll have people who don't have certain experiences trying to make stories, but then also try to pander to other people's experiences that they didn't have. If that makes sense.
Yeah. But at the same time, that is kind of the culture of Hollywood. It's kind of like who you know. So makes sense of why that's a thing. I guess I can see it being an issue though, because like what you said, makes sense. Why is that would be an issue?
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those things where I think the issue comes down to is you just get less voices.
Yeah. Need more diversity for sure.
Because there's a lot of people, again, that are getting opportunities. Their experiences are being the child of a star or the child of an executive. So it's like, if you're trying to make a different type of story, well, then you're just basing it off what you've seen other people try to do. So you don't really get like authentic storytelling, I guess the way to put it.
Yeah. I wonder how much of that is like actual.
Oh, they list a long list of people.
Really?
Yeah. Like it's like a whole article. I think Today did it. Yeah, it's really fucking long.
Interesting.
But I mean, granted, that's always been a thing though.
Yeah, always been. That's.
But I do feel like to an extent it might be more common now because I watched a whole YouTube video kind of talking about it. Have you ever watched Wisecrack?
No.
They kind of do a lot of like philosophy type breakdowns of things. And they think part of the reason that you see it so much nowadays is it's kind of like a nostalgic factor of like, oh, this person is the kid of this person I know who's famous. So it's kind of like a comfort thing of like, oh, they look just like their father who I'm a big fan of.
Yeah. I guess.
I mean, granted, the video did a way better job describing than I'm doing right now.
No, it makes sense what you said. It makes sense.
Yeah, it's kind of like a psychological thing.
Yeah.
And of course, it's going to happen to an extent where it's like, if the executive of a company is your godfather or your godmother, or they're like close acquaintances or friend, like family friends, of course they're going to give you an opportunity.
Yeah, of course. Like, no question. Especially if you want to do it and like you're utilizing your connections. I mean,
sometimes it works. Like I like John David Washington, whatever his name is, Denzel's son.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of times it works. A lot of times it's really no issue. Because I can't name a time where it happens and it's like an issue.
I mean, Chet Hanks.
That's the issue.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing out one. I'm just throwing out one that's a nepo baby that gets attention that people might not look at positively.
I guess I don't really know what he did.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess he's just well known because he's the son of Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
And he just does fuck shit on the internet for attention, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because he might not get that attention if he wasn't Tom Hanks' son.
I know there's a lot of people that aren't Tom Hanks on that does fuck up shit. They get attention.
I know, but he gets a lot of attention.
Yeah. He's actually pretty funny. Some stuff I seen from him is actually kind of funny. Like that.
Oh, so you support cultural appropriation.
Like the have you seen that Atlanta
no, I still haven't even started season 2.
That episode was funny. Chad Hanks and he was acting like he's Jamaican. No, it was pretty funny because he did that in real life, and so they just implemented that in the show.
Yeah,
and it was just so funny. He had the whole accent and everything. But yeah, I mean, I don't recall a time where that was a whole issue, and like we need to put a stop to it.
I mean, I don't have the numbers, but I feel like it might be more common nowadays. But
I can see it being more common. I can also see it a reason why people will be upset because.
Well, also here's another thing. It's like you're hiring somebody who looks almost like someone whose face was successful.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, okay, this film is more likely to be successful because this person looks exactly like X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. Even the name. This is like there's an actress from Stranger Things. I need to know her name, but her mom is literally
or what's Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz, yeah. It's
like she looks almost exactly like her mom.
Yeah,
and then also last name Kravitz.
Exactly,
fucking Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah. I mean, it works. People are wanting to see it, and because it's Denzel Washington's son. Let me see what he's like. Or yeah.
Well, I just love the nepo babies. They got called out and their reactions to thing. Like I'm seeing one where they're like, nepo babies y'all should be worried about are the ones working in legal firms.
Low key.
Nah, not really.
Then what? Then why worry about it in film then?
Well, because the thing about legal films is most legal firms, it's a family business type thing.
Yeah.
It's a family, like it's a small business most of the time.
What's the issue with it being in film? Film is kind of like that.
Because they're not really taking opportunities away from the legal thing.
I'm sure there's people that want to be lawyers that need hired. I guess I don't know. That
and it's a red herring. It's not quite equivalent here.
Yeah, I guess yeah.
Because you could argue that hey, you also don't have the talent for what you're doing. Being an actor, like you're mostly there because you look like your parent and you perform okay.
I think the same thing about lawyers. You're there because it's a family business. You're probably not that good of a lawyer. You probably get a lot of people in jail because you're not that good.
Well, you're assuming they do fucking criminal law.
Or criminal law. Any type of law. I guess you're not that good. You're just there because your parents.
One I'll agree is working in politics, that's for sure.
Politics, yeah. Yeah, politics as well. Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of industries where you're taking away jobs
my,
and stuff.
My thought process is like, hey, if you are benefiting from it, be honest. Don't be like, oh, y'all shouldn't worry about me.
Well, they're probably being honest.
And just be honest and be like, yeah, I benefit from it.
Yeah, but I
guess...
That's
more what I'm saying is like, a large part of your success, even if you have talent, is you got through the door because of a family member.
Yeah.
Just be honest with that.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite sports talk people is Mike Golick Jr. And he's obviously got a lot of opportunities because his dad is Mike Golick.
But at the same time, how do you expect people...
But he's talented, but he also goes like, hey, I got a lot of opportunities just because of my dad.
Okay.
He's like...
Yeah, but how do you expect people to say that when they think that they're talented? Like, they probably think that I got it, probably got the interview.
Because there's plenty of people that might have been super talented that never really got that type of opportunity.
Yeah.
They never got the chance to do a role that make people see them in a light as like a leading actor.
But how many times do we see that though?
What?
Like the acting is terrible, but they are.
Well, here's also the thing: is like
daughter of somebody.
Well, also one thing you got to consider with acting is a lot of times you can hide it, like with editing. So if someone doesn't give that great a performance, you can still hide it.
I guess, yeah.
So as long as they do a passable job, then you're just whatever. And as long as the movie makes enough money.
Yeah. I guess.
Like they're never going to carry a film type thing. Like they're not going to Leonardo DiCaprio the shit up.
Yeah.
They're just going to do just enough to get by.
Yeah, I guess.
And then you might end up also, just because you do just good enough with something else, you might get other type of things like, oh, you got through by acting, but now you're able to direct TV.
Yeah. Sure.
And then, hey, you might have talent, but you got the opportunity to direct because you were able to do some acting roles because of who your parent is.
Yeah. But at the same time, they're probably like, you don't have to worry about me. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just being me.
Well, my point is just like, if someone says like, hey, you got in this place because of nepotism, at least say, hey, yes, but I've also worked, but yes, that's part of how I got here. I mean, you got to consider it. It's like, you got to be honest when you get luck too. And if you're super successful in the field, part of that is just luck too.
Yeah.
It's like you did the work, but also you got the opportunities and you did take advantage of them, but you got the opportunities.
Yeah.
There's plenty of people that might have the talent that would have been successful if they had the opportunities.
Yeah. But I can see that. I can see them being annoyed. Like, why are y'all pointing this out and making it seem like I only did this because I'm a nepotism, whatever you call
They're
it.
gaslighting. I can recognize gaslighting when I see it. That's just
like,
the gaslighting type
like,
argument.
Like you said, you made a good point. A lot of success is luck, and you're at the right place, right time, and opportunities, and you took advantage of it. And I'm a nepotism baby. I took advantage of my opportunities and luck. Same thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Just be fully honest. Don't just cut out that part and just go with, oh, you shouldn't be worried about me being successful because of that. You should pay attention to all the other things. When you could just go, hey, I benefit from it. I've taken advantage of it and I've been successful.
Yeah.
Also, this is not just in our field. It's these other fields too that do this.
But at the same time, you're hating. Whoever posted the nepotism thing, you're hating. That's hate.
Haters gonna hate.
That's hate.
I just feel like people should be honest with themselves. Like, I'm a very mid podcaster.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm a great podcaster. I have a lot of work. I can't pronounce words. I'm trying.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm not that great. I could be honest with that shit.
This is honest hour. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm amazing, so I don't know what you're saying. What are you talking about? I'm the best podcaster.
Did you take some fucking meth today? Illusions of grandeur over here.
How's the gaslighting?
Okay, and I already admit that I gaslight.
You're right. You're true. Honest. You're very honest with yourself. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I gaslight. I'm a hater.
Okay. What else?
And I'm perfect everywhere else.
No, but that is funny. I guess I don't know. It's a random ass thing to bring up nepotism babies. That is kind of random. I never seen that though on my social media.
I think it became a thing on TikTok or whatever.
Oh, okay. Oh, you be on TikTok? That's what it is.
No. I don't even have it on my phone.
Interesting.
I don't even have an account.
Interesting.
I just see it on Twitter because you know how things like go on Twitter end up on Facebook.
Yeah.
Now it's everything on TikTok ends up on Twitter.
Yeah. That is true. I wish I was a nepotism baby.
Me too. Give me those opportunities.
No, dead ass.
Instead of trying to make something out of nothing.
You know how tough this is?
Yeah, it's like, fuck.
I'm struggling.
It's like we're having to make a podcast, make up some YouTube bullshit just to get some audience, and then start trying to release different things. There's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Instead, I could have just been fucking. My uncle is the fucking executive at Disney.
Yeah. Oh,
and
man.
I could at least get on set for some type of job and work my way up that way.
But honestly, though, if my dad was a big like actor or executive, I probably would not give a fuck about any of this. I probably would just be living life. That's my dream.
Be Chet.
That's my dream.
He'd be Chet Hanks.
No, I would be vibing. Yeah, I'll be vibing. I don't know if I'll be Chet Hanks.
Just vibing, pretending to be a different culture.
Yeah, I'll be vibing for sure. I'd definitely be a different culture. What culture would I be? I would be for sure Spanish, 1000%.
Oh God.
What else? I don't know.
Like Spain Spanish?
Spain Spanish, Mexico Spanish, Central America Spanish.
Well, that's different cultures completely. I wouldn't tie those together.
Yeah,
because Latin American has a
Latin
different vibe than Spanish.
Yeah, for sure.
Spain Spanish,
definitely. But yeah, for sure. Yeah.
He'd be trying to pretend to be Dominican.
Low key, I get. Never mind. People think sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I've got asked that before.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
I won't argue.
Yeah. Middle Eastern. What other?
What, you think women shouldn't have rights?
Asian for sure.
Okay.
Asian. Don't ask me which country in Asia.
Because they're all the same to you.
European, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know if white people accept it.
No, I'm just lying. But I would definitely be living life though. I'll be in Greece somewhere. I don't know, writing a book. I'll just be chilling. Being not from nothing, it motivated me to actually get something, which is interesting.
Okay.